Hey guys, it's KK, and I'm back for another month of the Oh So Inspired collaboration here on YouTube. This month, our inspiration was a card that was created in a video by Jamie, who is Poetic Spice, and the original video for this card will be linked down below. So basically what I did is I took the card and kind of made a sketch of it. You have 2 sheets of pattern paper on either side that are equal with a matted rectangle in the center. So I'm going to take that and use it as my inspiration for my scrapbook page. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm starting out with a sheet of craft cardstock that I've trimmed down to 8.5 by 11. Then I'm going to adhere pattern paper to the front of it, and the one there on the left is from Dear Lizzie, and the one that I'm adhering right now on the right hand side is from a Gossamer Blue scrapbook kit. And looking at this now, I feel like I would have been better off kind of cutting those pattern papers down and framing them with the craft. But honestly, when I was making this, I didn't even think about that, but that would have been more similar to the card. So I'm just using my craft knife to trim everything down. And if you ever use a craft knife, 2 bits of advice. 1, don't use a lot of pressure, and 2, just make several passes and you will do just fine. I had a couple of people say that they never used a craft knife, and I always do. So once I've got that down, I'm going to go ahead and mat my photograph a couple times, just because on the inspiration piece, that focal point on the card was matted a couple times. And I'm just using really small mats. I don't want to take away from the photograph, but I do want to add just a pop of color back there. So I use some white cardstock and also some yellow pattern paper. At this point, I found this little scrap that I want to use, but I also wanted a bigger piece of pattern paper to kind of anchor everything. And I was looking through 6x6 pads, but then I remembered I had this map print on vellum, and I really liked it. I just haven't been able to use it. And since in this photograph they were on vacation, I thought that the map would be appropriate. And I'm going to trim this down, and I left that block a little larger than I wanted to, because if I'm looking at it right now, I really don't like all that space at the top, but I think in the end it works out fine. I like the texture that the map adds, and just being able to see the colors, it kind of mutes them a little bit around the photograph, so it makes that blue really pop. The other thing is I really like the pop of black that it adds, because I think almost every layout I do needs just a little bit of black on it, because I think that it looks nice. So once I get that in place, I'm going to go ahead and start kind of planning out where I'm going to put my embellishments and kind of start thinking about what I'm going to do. And this layout came together so quickly. I mean, like in 30 minutes, guys, which for me is insane. That is so quick. But I kind of just started laying everything down and adhered at the very end, and that's not usually my method, but I was in the zone, so I just went with it. I think that large die cut as well as this tag right here are both from the Oasis collection. I couldn't swear to it, but I'm pretty sure. That Hotel Chill doesn't end up staying. I liked it, but it was just too many big die cuts on a small page. And these circle die cuts that I brought in, as well as this Rubber Explorer pennant thing, and pretty much all the die cuts on this layout come from my Gossamer Blue kits from May and June. And, you know, I've been a subscriber to Gossamer Blue forever, and they've always had really nice kits, and I've really liked them, but recently they announced that they were going to start creating their own products and everything in the kit was going to be exclusive. And I honestly considered canceling my subscription, because I thought, well, the quality won't be as nice and probably won't be as cohesive, and I don't know what I was thinking, because the last couple kits that I've got from them have been so easy to use, and I've just loved them. So at this point, I've gone back and I've adhered everything down just the way I planned it. And like I said, that never happens for me. I usually have a million changes, but this just went so quickly. And I had this green and white washi just on the side of my mat. It was some that I had pulled off. It's also from Gossamer Blue. And I'm just kind of looking at where I can lay this down. I really wanted a pop of green in that larger cluster down at the bottom right. So that's really where I wanted the washi for. And I'm going to decide to keep it right there. And I'm just going to tuck it under that circle die cut. And then I thought that corner right there where the photograph is and the tag and the washi and everything, I just needed one little something to cover that up because it kind of looked like a little bit just jagged. It didn't flow. So I went to the chipboard pieces from my Gossamer Blue kit and I found something, but I didn't like the color. And so I kept digging. They had another sheet in there, so I took it out. And I did find something that I like, and I'm really happy with it. It just says like, let's explore or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that and lay that down right there. And as I lay it down, I start noticing the balance is kind of off. And I've got a circle down at the bottom right, at the bottom left, and I need something in that top corner. And so I start going through my stuff again and I find these little chipboard circles. And I decide that one of those would be nice because I just want to repeat the pattern or the shape. I don't want to add a lot of bulk here. So while I'm at this, I realize that I have one more of those little rubber hearts and that would be great to bring into the mix here. So when I bring it in, there's a couple of things that I don't like. At this point, I was looking for it because I couldn't find it. But I don't like that they're kind of more in a vertical line than a triangle about the page. And then that large one and that small one up there were right above one another. So I thought that needed to change just a bit. And I just use my regular adhesive or glossy accents to adhere these kind of things. Although on a side note, the adhesive that I'm using right now is rubbish. Don't ever use it. It's like called Duck or something like that. I don't know, but I just don't like it at all. So anyway, I get all of this laid out and I move that one circle down to the bottom by the die cut, the chipboard circle by the die cut, just so I can get those hearts kind of on a triangular shape around the page, and they move your eye around the page, and I really like that. And that is where I'm going to go ahead and start thinking about my title. And for this one, I again really like a pop of black in a layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my thickers. I believe they're part of the Little by Little collection as well. And I'm just going to use Hello. And earlier you saw me use a Getaway die cut, and I really wanted to use that, but it just didn't work. So I went ahead and used some flat stickers from Gossamer Blue, and the title is Hello Vacay. So that is it for me. Here are some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you'll check out the other girls. I posted all their information down below, and they've got some really great stuff to show you based on the inspiration piece. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.